Which means the last thing we can afford to do is to go back to the same policies that got us into this mess in the first place. That's what we're going to do. That's what the other candidates want to do. I don't know if you guys have been watching the Republican primary debates. In case you need an incentive. They make no secret about what they want to do. They want to go back to the days when Wall Street played by its own rules. They want to go back to the days when insurance companies could deny you coverage or jack up your premiums without reason. They want to spend trillions more on tax breaks for the wealthiest individuals, for people like me who don't need it, weren't even asking for it, even if it means adding to the deficit, even if it means gutting our investments in education or clean energy, or making it harder for seniors on Medicare. Their philosophy is simple. We are better off when everybody is left to fend for themselves, everybody makes their own rules, a few do very well at the top, and everybody else is struggling to get by. That's their core vision for America. We've got a different vision. We see America as a bigger, bolder place. I'm here to tell them they are wrong about America. Because in America, we understand, yes, we're rugged individuals. Yes, we don't expect a handout. We are going to do everything we can to make it, fulfill our dreams, but we also understand that we are greater together than we are on our own. We're better off when we keep that basic American promise that if you work hard, you can do well. You can succeed. That you can own that home, send your kids to college, and put away something for retirement. And that's the choice in this election. This is not just a political debate. This goes to who we are as a people, because we are in a make or break moment for the middle class and people who are trying to get in the middle class. We can go back to an economy that is built on outsourcing and bad debt, phony financial profits, or we can build an economy that lasts. An economy that's built on American manufacturing, skills and education for American workers, and American-made energy, and most importantly, the values that have always made America great. Hard work, fair play, shared responsibility. We've got to make sure that the next generation of manufacturing ideas take place right here in the United States of America. Not in factories in Europe or China, but in Detroit and Pittsburgh and Cleveland. I don't want this nation to be known just for buying and consuming things. I want us to be selling our products, and making our products, and inventing products all around the world. That's who we are. It's time for us to stop rewarding businesses that ship jobs overseas. We need to reward companies that are investing and hiring right here in the United States of America. And we've got to make sure that everybody's doing their fair share. Everybody needs a fair shot. Everybody's got to play by the same set of rules. Everybody's got to do their fair share. And when it comes to paying for our government and making sure the investments are there so that future generations can succeed, everybody's got to do their part. Which is why I put forward the Buffett rule. If you make more than $1 million a year, you should not pay a lower tax rate than your secretary. That's what I said. If you make $250,000 a year or less, you don't need your taxes going up right now. But folks like me, we can afford to do a little bit more. That's not class warfare. That's not envy. It has to do with simple math. If somebody like me gets a tax break that the country can't afford, then one of two things happen. Either the deficit goes up, which is irresponsible, or we're taking it out of somebody else. That student who's now suddenly having to pay a higher student loan rate, or that senior who's having to pay more for Medicare, or that veteran who's not getting the help they need after having served our country. That's not right. That's not who we are. Everybody in this room, we are here successful because somebody down the road was not just thinking about themselves, they were taking responsibility for the country as a whole. They were thinking about their future. The American story has never been about what we just do by ourselves. It's about what we do together. We're not going to win the race for new jobs and new businesses and middle-class security if we're responding to today's challenges with the same old, tired, worn out, you're on your own economics that hasn't worked. What these other guys are peddling has not worked. It didn't work in the decade before the Great Depression. It did not work in the decade before I became president. But I told you that, I said, real change, big change is hard. And it's going to take time. It takes more than a single term. It takes more than a single president.